RAM here. Now available, has been available for some time, and we hope that you guys are taking advantage of it. So what I'm going to do today is kind of explain a little bit of who we are, the background of our company, how this technology was chosen, go in and show you exactly how to use it. It's something that's part of your system right now, and it's not only going to save you time because there's less entry in actually creating what we like to call images here that you guys use and that consumers really want. In fact, as an industry, I don't think we've been doing a real good job in giving consumers what they want. Studies have been done, and there's been less than 15% of the listings in the United States today have tours on them. And the consumers want this. When companies like Realtor.com and other companies do research, and they ask the clients what they want. In fact, they put these different sorts on their system. One of them is Show Me Homes with Tours, and about 2/3 of the time, consumers click that. So they really want to see that information. So it's important that you take advantage of that, not only for your listings, which you'll use it for here, but everything else. Pre-listings, buyer tours, FSBO conversion tours, community tours, rentals, commercial property, your son's bar mitzvah. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever you want to use it for, you can. And by the way, it's in multiple languages, too. So we have a large Hispanic population down here in the area. You can also do this in Spanish as well. A little bit of background about our RealBiz360. We're a division of IC Media, which is a company that's based out of Toronto, Canada. Their original technology that they used was being used by companies like Target, JCPenney, Sears, in the retail side, Kenneth Cole, Izod, Polo, Puma, in the auto industry, Toyota and Lexus, even the Vatican Museum in Rome. You go to the website for the Vatican Museum, you'll see our technology. And what it is the ability for you to take a picture with your regular digital camera and have it come out in high definition and high resolution, no distortion. So has anybody ever bought anything online? You did, and you got the box a couple of days later, you opened it up, you're like, ugh, that's not what I thought it was. Ooh. Well, companies started using this technology, and what happened was their returns went down by 50%. That saved them millions of dollars. Because now as a consumer, if you're looking at a product, if I'm looking at a polo shirt, I can actually zoom in on the photo and look at the stitching and the design and the colors and the logo, everything about that product. So when I order it and I get it, it's exactly what I thought it was, maybe even better, right? So we've taken that same technology and brought it into the real estate sector so that you can use that. And again, it's pretty simple. You're using your regular digital camera. There's nothing special that you're doing. I'm going to skip some of these slides because we're on a time frame here. But the bottom line is you're going to be able to create high definition, high resolution, Zoom-based, either slideshows or tours, which will go on all your listings and everything else you use. If you want to do still shots, it's pretty easy. You go click. If you want to do panoramics, you go click, click, click. If you want to do 360s, you go in a circle. And all you're doing is overlapping your photos. We encourage you to use the highest resolution, the highest megapixel camera you can get. In fact, in the stores right now, they're starting to sell high-resolution cameras. That's what they're advertising. That's the new technology for cameras, you know. It's not how many megapixels, it's how it comes out. And the reason you're doing that is you want to be able to zoom in and look at this information. We have movie mode features, things like that. I'm not going to go into all the detail, but let me get in and kind of show you how this works so you have an idea of what we're doing. Because it's important that you know when you're in ML Exchange, your site, and you're all familiar with this, right? You log in every day to your account, and the first thing you're going to notice about this is it's a single entry system, meaning when you're already in your MLS, which is probably the first thing you do in the morning when you wake up, maybe the last thing you're doing at night, 2 in the morning, depending on how much you're working. But you're into this system, and all you do is come down here to this little tab here called Smart Links. And under Smart Links is a lot of the programs that you've been seeing, some other ones as well. And we have the RealBiz360 virtual tour here. So the first thing you're going to be able to do is right from the MLS, and we have to wait a few seconds for this to click through. You're going to be able to get into the account. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to set up your account with your name and your information, your billing. We're not going to bill you anything to start. The reason we're taking this information is later on when you start using it, you will be billed because there's 2 ways to use the program. One is on a per-use basis where you pay a fee of $2 per tour. That's what the cost is, okay? $2, all right? Or we have an unlimited program that's $10 per month for unlimited tours. So depending on which program you're going to go with. The other reason we need the billing is if you're going to link to Realtor.com, which is a good place to be, you know, they have a fee. They're the only company in the industry, the only one of the portals that charges a fee, and they do that because they can, obviously. Unless you are a member with your company or as an individual as a enhanced member, then you do not pay. But if not, they charge $19.95 to have the tour attached to your listing. And you know what? That's a pretty good investment, you know, because they're shelling out to about, what, 7 million people a month, something like that, are seeing that. And again, those folks are saying, let me see the properties with the tours. So it's a good way for you to get your listing up above the rest of them, okay? And that's why a lot of people are starting to do it. But still not enough, less than 15%. Think about that. All right, so here we are in your site. So you single sign in. You know, you're going to set up your profile and your settings. I'm going to save some time, but basically what you put in there is your name, your company name, all your contact information. Obviously, that you only have to do that once unless you change companies or phone numbers. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to create a tour. And basically right now what you're doing is you're taking photos. What's the maximum amount of photos you can put in your system now? Anybody know? 16, right? So you can take those photos, you put them in, you create and set up a tour. So the second savings is, in a second, this system will automatically pull those photos from the MLS into the tour. Now, remember, these photos have already been sized when you put them in by the MLS system. We can't control that yet. Eventually down the road, it'll come into our system first, and you can start using them right away. So what we suggest for you to do is when those photos come in, just delete them and take them right from your computer or your camera and put them into the system, because there they haven't been sized. And you want to do that because the consumers, when they look at those photos and those tours that you set up, will be able to zoom in and check them out in the way we want them to be, in the high resolution, high definition. So the photos, as well as the static information, any description you put about the home, you know, single family, 3-bed, 2-bath, X price range, square footage, all that, all the amenities, that information will also show up here too. So when you put over here, get MLS data, all that information gets backfilled. So that's your second and third savings. The first is single sign-on. The second is all the data about the house, as well as the photos, will come into the tour as well. You're going to be able to customize the tour, manage the tour. Let me go into this. I'm actually on Deborah's site right now, and so she has some tours here that she has set up. I'm just going to pick one here, Bayshore, to show you some of the other features that you could do. Obviously, in publishing the tour, you can go to a number of different places, and you're going to notice that we give you 2 links once you create the tour. One is the IDX MLS one, the unbranded. The other is the fully branded one, which of course will have your company information and your company colors and your company logo and your picture. All that information will be there. Let me show you what the IDX compliant one looks like first, just so you have an idea. And we have a kind of a relaxed IDX version. What we mean by that is we set up with the RAMB logo on it. So you'll see this as it comes up in a minute. The strict one doesn't have any logo at all. The relaxed one has the RAMB logo, okay? And you'll see in a second with your picture. That's the one that goes into your MLS. So there'll be no more mistakes of putting the wrong tour in there that has the branding and you get fined, all right? Because the fourth thing the system will do for you is when these links are created, we'll automatically link it to your MLS. You don't have to cut and paste anymore. So that's going to save you time. We publish to all the major sites. I'll show you in a second. Another advantage of our program is that on Google, Yahoo, Trulia, and Zillow, those 4 sites, we automatically refresh them every 2 weeks. That means we bring them right back up to the top. You don't have to do anything. And so here's what the tour looks like, the unbranded tour. And you can see we have the RAMB logo there. This is the one that's in the MLS. And also one other thing that I want to show you, if you could see it down here, every one of the photos, and it's kind of dark, are what we call watermarked. And the reason we do that is we don't want people stealing your photos. You know, if people are looking at the tours, there's a watermark right down here. See it over here? It's the actual RAMB logo. Let me see if I can get to a photo here where you can see it a little better. So the branding's on top. Of course, the fully branded one that you do is going to have all your information. And the fully branded one is going to go to all the other sites. Your personal website, your company website, you know, Realtor.com, Yahoo, Google, wherever you send it, that's the fully branded one. The unbranded one goes here in the MLS. So this is what it looks like. See this little logo right down here? Everybody see that? That's called watermarking. So those will be on all the photos as well.